everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Ideally, though.
Ideally, though.
If you're new to our show, I'm your host, Erica, and with me is my hubby, my bestie, my butt of his squad.
Welcome.
Welcome to another episode.
Yeah.
We're finally at the end of February. I have to say, I've been talking to a lot of people this week, and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe it's about to be March.
Yeah, it is. It does feel like it's flying by.
I feel like, well, February is always short, but I don't know. It's been already about to be in the third month. It's crazy.
I think what it is, it's that. I think personally what it is that the world has literally been in like an uproar because of like all these executive order things and all
Hmm.
this shit that's been happening politically, like
Yeah.
geopolitically, that shit's just passing by. You know what I mean? Like, didn't just a helicopter hit a plane like a week ago? Some bullshit, you know?
Right. And then it's like, now I understand like seasonal depression because I feel like I'm going through it.
Yeah.
And it's like not even just seasonal, it's just like election depression.
Like the world's falling apart.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything about
I'm like, one more
it.
thing and I'm leaving
Yeah.
the earth.
Yeah. Like,
But like,
the first thing smoking out.
right. Like, I don't have time for this. I know we reported a couple weeks ago that, of course, the Eagles won the
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering, I was like, are they going to go to the White House? But Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, they declined going to the White House.
Oh, really? Like,
Yeah.
wait, so like the whole team, like the coach, everybody? Or
Yeah,
was
like
it,
as a team, they and I was like, that would have never happened if it was the Chiefs, because Patrick Mahomes, he got his wife is white, and I think she's really like a Trumpy, so I'm pretty sure she could wait to
The trumpet? Come on, you missed it.
I said a Trumpy.
You just said a trumpet.
But I know
Mhm.
that's how he black like this and I like this, so I
Uh-huh.
feel like he would have been happy to go to the White House.
He's one of the skin folk ain't always kin folk, one of them people.
Kind of. That's what it feels like, just a little bit. But yeah, it's nice to see that the Eagles and Jalen Hurts are not going to the White House.
I like that. That's a good move, and it stands on like a real feeling. That's what the culture truly is feeling. If you really like understand it, you know what I mean. And I only asked, like, was it the whole thing? Because I only remember this a little bit, but it might have been a couple of years ago. I forgot who won, but I think like half the team still
Oh
went.
wow,
And like the
yeah.
other half stayed away. So that's why I was like, did anybody like separate, or were they in unison, like standing
From
together?
what I heard, the whole Eagle
That's beautiful.
association is not
Yeah.
going. So
Man, fuck that nigga, man.
yeah, and it's Philly. Like
It's Philly.
you go to that Jordan. Is that the same?
John.
Yeah, no, just because you was in attendance, and guess what? You was rooting for our downfall.
Yeah, word.
So
yeah, don't
why
invite
the
us when you was
fuck-
rooting for the
yeah.
downfall.
Why the fuck would we want to go?
I want to come to your house and play. Nigga.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to keep that type of energy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Speaking of energy, so I kind of stopped listening to Pod Meets World. It had like Danielle
really?
Fisher and Ryder Strong and the one who played Eric. They because of just all the nasty stuff that kind of came out about years ago with the whole like Quiet on Set.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I don't want to, I don't know. I don't really want to listen, But it's been some controversy around the latest episode of Pod Meets World.
Okay, why is that?
So if y'all haven't watched, it's like the Boy Meets World podcast. So it's very like nostalgic and shit like that. You got Topanga, Eric, and Sean, who's the host.
Yeah.
They sometimes bring an old guest.
Okay.
Now, I know that they talk about positive things. They talk about the negative stuff. Like, they've mentioned like with Ben Savage, he kind of like they reached out to him and he just seems like not want to have anything to do with them.
He's been on the Trump train
Really?
the last few years. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That was a big.
I know he was like going for like I don't know if
governor
it was
or some shit
District
like that.
8
Yeah,
looking
some
at
shit like that. Some Congress, some shit, or civil person. But like, he's been like on the Trump train the last few years. He's come up in like little like tweets and whatever
Wow.
the fuck that he's been saying. That's been in support of some weird shit. So
I did not know that because I used to follow him. I unfollow him because when you get stuff coming out about him and his brother's been on some nasty shit for a while. I was just like, I don't want that really on my timeline.
Yeah.
I think that the host of the Pod Meets World, I think they're all great people. I just kind of stopped because I was like, some of the nasty stuff that came out, and you would want people to back you up when they're saying, listen, this is what happened to me. You don't need people rooting for the other team and writing letters. So I thought that was a little nasty. So I kind of stopped listening. Not to say I don't love these people, but I was just like, I don't want to. And I let white people do white people stuff. So
That's what's happening
I
now.
guess, okay, Maitland Ward, she's the one who played Rachel with the red hair.
Okay, I remember her.
Yeah,
Yes.
so she's going on to do like adult
Film.
films and stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess every time she meets up with TMZ, she always has something to say about the cast, the Pop News World and stuff like that. So they had her on.
Oh
And they're talking
no.
and stuff. And Danielle's like, I just have a question. Do you hate us? She was like, I don't got time for this. Danielle Fisher, she actually went through like breast cancer. She's like
Yeah.
stage 0 or something.
Uh-huh.
I think she don't have no filter no more. So she was like, do you hate us?
Yeah. No filter is great because then you don't have
Because
to
I
give
want
a
to know.
fuck.
I want to
I love
know.
that.
And she was like, no, I actually feel like you hate me. And she was like, why? She was like, because you weren't really nice on me on the set of when she did Girl Meets World. So remember
Oh
her and
yeah.
Ben
Uh-huh.
Savage?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So, I mean, I think Trina McGee, the one who played Angela, kind of talked about that a little bit
I
as
do remember
well.
that.
And her and Tabane kind of talked about it. She was like, I was on a tumultuous like set. It wasn't the same.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, I don't think she really has a relationship with Ben Savage. She tried to reach out. He just doesn't respond and stuff like that. So
You weirdo.
she was like, I was nice to you, but at the same time, we're not long lost best friends. So I wasn't like, hey, best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I was there doing the job.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she was like, well, I just felt like you kind of felt some type of way because, I was doing my other stuff and I was kind of, I was doing my thing.
Yeah.
Basically what Maitland tried to say. She was like, Topanga was like, excuse me, I was on the cover of Maxim in 2014. So doing Girl Meets World. So don't act like
Right.
you were doing something more than I was. Basically what it felt like.
Right. I feel you.
So they was kind of doing a little back and forth. And she was like, oh, you're trying to be mean because of ratings. She was like, you're the one who said big ratings before you got on this show. So don't act like I put you on here just to put you on blast.
Right.
You get on TMZ always talking mess about us, but then you want to talk about, oh, I just want to come on here and talk about good times. She's like, no, we ain't talking about good times.
Yeah.
You got a problem.
Let's settle it, right?
Yeah.
Here.
She was like, well, you didn't you took me off of Facebook and I wrote you a heartfelt letter. She was like, Facebook, like, girl, we wasn't friends. It was in a graveyard. She said it was in a graveyard. That's why I didn't read it. We wasn't friends. I didn't see your letter.
Holy shit, I love it.
I said Topanga.
In the graveyard is so good. I need to say that. That's in the pocket now.
Yeah, she was like, it was in the graveyard. We wasn't friends. I didn't see it.
That's as good as like, it's above me now.
Yeah.
It's above me now.
What you want me to do? And I always, I love me some Topanga. That's my favorite show, Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
I didn't feel right about the whole quiet on set with certain people, but I still love them, and I know that they mean well. Mm-hmm. But when I heard that little fiasco this week, and how Danielle had to put her foot on Maitland's neck, she said, girl, you ain't go, every time you talk to TMZ, you talking shit about us. So what's up?
I mean, I get it. Now we face to face. Say it.
Yeah.
Now we're face to face. Say it. Let's clear the
She's like, no, I want to talk about the good times. She said, oh no, I'm not gonna let you do that.
No, you got it. You got to have the smoke. Don't have the smoke outside and not come in here and have the smoke with me when we face to face.
Yeah.
Bro.
So no, I was like, yes, Daniel. And then when she got her like, oh, you just mad because, I was doing the adult stuff and y'all just didn't want to talk to me no more. It's basically how she says when she does her like podcast kind of campaign lately. She's been saying like, no one reached out to me. I think Eric, the one who played Eric, he reached out. But nobody else really wanted to talk to me once I went into the adult film side. Yeah. And she was like, every time you talk to TMZ, you talking shit about us. She was like, basically, you ain't on my mind, but I'm living in your head rent free.
Yeah, basically.
As a black woman, you can interpret things that way. But Danielle got on her. But I like to say, I let white people do what they have to do, and I ain't taking no sides. But I do have to say, Danielle really did her thing.
It's fun to see, not like white on white crime that like destroys like the country, but like white on white crime that like is entertaining. And that's kind of like when they, when they beat each other up every now and then. I was like, oh shit, okay.
I think it's, with so much backlash and we talking about like old school TV shows and stuff. Yeah. I think probably Danielle was like, listen, I'm not going to be dealing with this. Like, don't act like I wasn't a good person. Like I didn't, wasn't cool with you. We bring everybody back on when they did Girl Meets World, but I was in a space where I didn't like the set. And we weren't long lost friends. I was polite to you. I spoke. I'm just not your bestie. That's just what it was.
Yeah.
But I do want to call you out because you've been talking shit about us. So what's good, what's hood?
Yeah. Because I mean, I don't discuss you. I don't discuss you. I ain't got nothing to do with you. You do you. I'm doing me.
Hmm.
Why am I always on your tongue? Pause. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what? I only heard that a certain amount of clip because I didn't watch the episode. But I'm thinking I need to watch it because I'm wondering what
It might be time
the
for
other
catch up
two was
season.
doing. They just sitting there
Right.
like listening to this, letting them
There's
go back
so
and forth.
there's been so many podcasts that I've listened to over like the last like because I've been listening since podcast started on the BlackBerry. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So like a long time, and then I've quit a few, and then went back a few years later, or
Hmm.
something happened, and I go, oh shit, what happened? You know,
Yeah,
and all that. So yeah, it might be time to check in, see if everybody all
I
right.
need to because I love them, but I think the Quad on Set really put me in a bad
I get
space
you.
with
I
some
get
of
you.
them. But I've always loved Danielle, so
Look at
I'm
it.
just like,
Look at it like this. People still gonna play Diddy and R. Kelly out here, so it's okay to just maybe peek into the pod every now and again and go,
yeah.
"Hey, all right? Oh,
You
okay,
know,
cool."
the only thing I hate is that, and we talked about this before,
Yeah,
there's always different sides of people that they show, that people show each other. So you can't sit here and say what you think did not happen, right?
yeah.
So if I say this is what happened to me,
Hmm.
it's not, you're not judge, jury, or executioner, and you damn sure shouldn't be inserting yourself like putting a letter out there and stuff. Just say, just stay out of it.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, yes, that could be my freaking pastor, but we know they sometimes be dealing with kids.
Hmm.
So I'm not gonna sit there and be like, he's the best man ever. I don't know that man,
Yeah, yeah.
not on an intimate
I know the
level.
pastor
And
him. I don't
yeah,
know that
I
him.
don't know the dark side of
Yeah,
people,
yeah, 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 yeah.
and a lot of people don't get to see that. So
Hmm.
I just kind of wish that when I found out about certain letters by certain people on the cast of Boy Meets World, I was just like, come on now, like
That makes
y'all
sense.
should have just stayed out of it.
Yeah.
But sometimes they don't know how to stay out of stuff. They very nosy.
Also, I mean, drama sells and it's entertaining, and they're gonna
I
take
think they was
stories like
definitely
that
trying to
and
keep.
to inform, and they're
Yeah.
gonna use those opportunities and shit like that for those types of things. It depends on the person where you go with that at the latter end of it all. Like, are
Yeah.
you gonna use this to exploit? You know what I
Hmm.
mean, and be exploitative, or are you gonna use this to again like maybe portray a better message and help people later down the line or something?
Yeah, back then you didn't really, no one was calling you out back then. A lot
Hmm.
of people didn't even know people were in the courtroom for things.
Correct, correct,
So
correct.
now that everything is very transparent now, it doesn't look good for people who are kind of, hand in hand with those like
Yeah,
people, those diddlers,
of course, of course. I mean,
But
that's why they hiding that Trump, the Trump files for Jeffrey Epstein.
yeah.
I don't know if you've heard in the last couple of days, but that we were supposed to get that info, like the whole list. It
Yeah,
was
come
supposed to
on
be
now.
public.
Shit, I want to see
It
it.
was supposed to be public a while ago. Like as soon as Trump got in, we were
Hmm.
supposed to see the list. What's up? That's part of like the whole thing.
Hmm.
And there's like I think it's a bill in the Senate or something in the Senate that's getting trying to be moved right now, and it's getting about a bunch of, you guessed it, Republican pushback right
Yeah,
now.
because too many of their asses in that fucking paperwork.
That sounds a little weird, right?
Yeah, who in here? I want to see.
So, and Big T is definitely on the list because there's been, I believe, at least allegedly, I'll say that. You know what I mean? We don't
No,
need
allegedly my ass.
FBI kicking down the door,
Yeah.
come to the roof, and nothing on you. But like, we've seen a bunch of imagery with
Hmm.
Epstein and Trumpito, like
Yeah.
all together, and all these other different, high political figures,
Hmm.
past and current day.
Hmm.
So, it's interesting. People gonna hide. People gonna hide shit. They gonna hide
I mean,
shit.
I'm gonna be honest. Listen, if I was Trump too, I'm doing everything to make sure me and mine stay out of jail.
That's the shit he's doing now.
Right.
It's nastiness,
It's
man.
very nasty, but I'm just
I
thinking
get
like,
you. Yeah.
yeah, I know what game he playing. Is it right? It's not. But I mean, if my ass on the line too, I'm
Yeah.
thinking about all the stuff I'm gonna do.
My ass is on the line.
Like,
I
there
get it. I
was
get
I
it.
was talking to this older lady yesterday,
Yeah.
and she was like, I'm 90 some years old. And she was getting so frustrated when I was just trying to help her.
Yeah.
And she, like, at the end, I was like, is there anything else I can do for you? And
Yeah.
then she would start crying. She was like, oh, Trump. And then she hung up. She hung up the phone. I was like, don't cry to his ass now. He about to take away some of their fundings. You crying for Trump for what?
Yeah, y'all voted him in. Y'all
Right.
voted him in. This is your ass. I've kind of
Oh,
been
Trump.
relishing in that. That's funny because
Yeah.
I've been relishing in seeing that lately. A lot of clips coming up where a lot of like, Maganites and shit, like with the
Yeah.
hats on, like, I don't understand what he's doing. He's hurting the wrong people. We were
Oh, what's the
supposed to
right
get.
people?
Yeah, he was. Oh, really? Huh? Now
Come
you
on now.
getting it.
Yeah.
Now you see. He wasn't for y'all anyway. Black folks sitting back eating. We told you.
The Democrats.
We done told
Yeah.
you.
So again, like I said, I stay out white people business.
Hey, well.
But That was a really good, nice little drama I saw.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, little PG-13 drama, but it was nice to see. And I was like, okay, I see her not playing
It's
games.
always fun to see white on white crime. Like I said,
Yeah,
it's
and
good
she said
kind.
she reached out, I think, to the one who played Eric, saying, "Hey, can I get her number so I can just say, hey, can we talk about our feelings?" And say you wasn't trying to have it. So now we're here,
Yeah,
and I'm ready to talk.
that's interesting.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I dig it. I'm for it. I'm all for it.
yeah.
I respect that.
I know that a couple of days ago there was the NAACP awards,
Yeah.
and it very much felt like the Grammys. Of course, because it's black, but it was a lot of great, like a lot of people won. So I want to just kind of give you a couple people, let you know who won, who did their thing at the NAACP awards. Of course, the Wayans, like we talked about 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
they were inducted. So there was that. I didn't see Keenan Wayans; he wasn't there,
Right. Right.
and
Right.
I didn't see Sean. Sean.
Mhm.
I didn't see him either. But it was nice to see them inducted because their whole family has done so much for the culture. So
Royalty.
it's amazing.
Complete royalty.
Damon Wayans won his own NAACP award
Rightfully
for
so.
his show for Papa's House, I believe.
Yeah.
I think he said he didn't think he was going to win because he's going against great people like David Allen Greer, which of course he worked with in
Whew,
Living Color.
that's competition.
Yeah, it's your
Ugh.
people. But even if I lost to them, I'm like, that's my
That's
boy,
your
and we
people,
won.
but like
Yeah.
still, that's stiff competition.
Oh yeah,
That's
absolutely.
that's kind of like if you put Kobe in his prime and Mike in his prime together. You'd be like,
You
oh shit.
you know what? I did not know how funny David Allen Greer was until
The Carmichael show.
until he got a little
Really?
older and he got a little sauce on him.
No shit.
Yeah, because of course in Living Color and like Boomerang, like the movies he played in, I always felt like he was like a little bit of secondary funny to everybody else around him.
Interesting.
But when I saw him shine himself, like
Yeah.
seeing something that where he was the main character for the most part,
Yeah.
I was like, this motherfucker is so funny.
Yeah.
But he also can play those really intense roles because he did that one role with the one from The Office when he was playing the therapist.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
It was
I
on
can't. It was on
Hulu.
Hulu. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That movie.
He
Yeah.
has range.
Yeah. He does.
So I think when I like the Carmichael was when I was like, this motherfucker is
That's
so
interesting.
fucking
I've
funny.
seen
I
him do
can't believe
stand up.
him.
I've seen him do stand up in the
Really?
past. Yes, and so he's off the wall funny.
I follow him on Instagram, so I love seeing him.
Yeah. He's great.
Okay, Not Like Us won an NAACP award. So
As it
Kendrick
should've,
won
as he should've.
for outstanding hip hop / rap song.
I love it.
So he went against Meg Thee Stallion, LL Cool J featuring Eminem, Tyler the Creator, and Glorilla. So
Well, damn.
yeah, I was like, okay,
If I may, LL's album, The
is
Force.
it? Yeah.
Have
you listened to
it? Fucking tastic. Yeah, I didn't say anything about it last year
Why?
because I didn't think anybody would be interested.
I
Honestly,
heard about it.
It is insanely good.
Who produced it? Because I forgot who he said produced it.
I think
Common or something.
Q-Tip. I think it's Q-Tip. It's Q-Tip or Twilight Kweli, but it's one of them. It's Q-Tip, I believe.
One thing I've said about LL Cool J, he has expanded over decades. Like he can come back out and he's good.
That album,
but I didn't listen to it.
That album is crazy. Just one sec. The first song is a song about, I forgot the dude's name, the black shooter who was in L.A. He was a police officer, and he snitched on the L.A. County Sheriff's Department for being racist, and they fired him. So he went on a shooting spree. That black guy, I can't remember his name. Black dude, he's bald. I'll show it to you later. But his song is about him in his perspective.
Oh, and wow.
You don't normally see LL Cool J do anything
he
political.
Really get crazy deep or
he doesn't do that at all. He gets the party jumping, or he just raps about how exactly, or he raps about how good of rapping he is. That's LL. Yeah. He's just cool.
Lady Love.
Him doing that, I was like, oh shit, this is gonna make me listen to the album, and the album is fire.
Do you think LL took from Ice Cube, or Ice Cube took from LL with his song? Ice Cube came out his song, and he's like, da, 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 da.
No, I'm telling you now.
Your president is
LL
orange.
is rapping like he hasn't stopped.
That's so good.
Ice Cube really raps good. Like he stopped and he did go
to pick it back up.
And now he's picking it back up again.
Like your president is orange, and I like the like that a little bit. Yes. I at one point I loved Ice Cube was my favorite rapper at one point. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it doesn't transcend when you get a little older.
You gotta stay in the gym sometimes. Like you gotta really, like if you don't use it, you do lose it.
Yeah, you gotta know what's popping and how your flow needs to be, because he's
Yes.
definitely giving
Oh,
early 2000s or
no, I
late
would say
90s.
like 90s, like, oh, what's
Yeah,
that rapper? What's that nigga's name?
we know it's like
Sugar
Players
Ray?
Club. It's like
Yeah.
that, like his stuff. But like
Yeah.
even that was pretty good versus like what I
What he's doing
heard,
now.
which is on the radio though.
I mean, that's good. I
But
like
it's
that. That's what I was like. At least it's on the radio. It's good.
but it's given what Childish Gambino said in his stand up, like how
So I
it's like,
went to the
yeah,
hat store today and I bought myself a hat.
yeah, it's kind of giving, it's giving that like how they said, oh y'all know about good rap like back in the day. And it's like, is that what this is what
Yeah.
y'all was talking about?
Yes, I don't want to hear you rap like Kumo D. I
Yeah.
want you to.
So I love LL Cool J, but I just it's giving that.
Yeah, LL's rapping. He's rapping with Eminem, and it was great. Go ahead though. Thank you.
The next one is Chris Brown. He won for Outstanding Male Artist. And his nomination was included with J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, October London, and Usher.
Hell of stiff competition. You
Yeah.
know what? Again, rightfully so. And I'm on my Chris campaign this year, so like I'm gonna keep
You don't
going.
want to be. The next one is Chris Brown again. Outstanding Soul / R&B song. So he got that. He was against 16 Carriages by Beyonce, Here We Go by Coco Jones, I Found You by PJ Morton, and then Saturn by SZA.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's got some good songs he had to go against.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, oof,
I know
competition.
Beyonce won for Outstanding Female Artist. She
Of
was going
course.
against Coco Jones, Doechii, Glorilla, and her.
Okay.
And then she also
Doechii
won.
up there with him?
Yeah.
Hey now, shouts to Doech.
She also won for Cowboy Carter. That was the Outstanding album.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
she went against Doechii's album, PJ Morton, Usher, and Glorilla's.
Dang.
And I fucked with Glorilla's
Yeah,
album. Her
it
shit
was
was fire as hell.
Doechii and Glorilla's albums were really, really good.
And it's hard when
Usher's. I didn't get the chance to listen to Usher's.
Usher's album was good. It's just like when you think about females though, like Glorilla was really good, and I think that they should give her more credit. Like that album was good. It's the kind of music, some people ain't with the little ghetto stuff, but that shit was good.
No,
and
yeah.
You're going against Beyonce. It's really hard sometimes to win against Beyonce. So if you are able to, it's just like
just being nominated.
All glory to God.
Yeah.
It looks like Kamala Harris, she is honored for the Chairman Award at the 2025.
Never heard of the Chairman Award. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she got that.
Well, good for Kamala. Good for Kamala.
Dave Chappelle was honored for the President's Award at the NAACP Awards.
Yeah, I like that.
Absolutely.
I fucks with that.
And then Kendrick won another one. He won for Outstanding Music Video / Visual Album.
Yeah.
So that he had to go against Victoria Monet, Doechii with JT, the alter ego one.
Gotcha.
Chloe Bailey, Boy Bye, and then Glorilla, Hey Glow. And that song was real good.
Stiff competition still.
It is stiff. To just go against, to be honest, to be nominated in any of these categories. And I love the NAACP Awards because they honor us. So now, no matter if you win or not, just being nominated and being there with your people, we're all winning.
We need more of the big boys to go over there and accept the awards and things like that. Call out people on the stage, that type of shit. So the NAACP Image Awards and all that can be as big as the Grammys and the Oscars and the Golden Globes because it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That is, it's ours. You know what I'm saying? We don't have enough of that in the first place, and we're gonna lose a lot of that in the next 4 years by the way things is looking. So building for us means something. So I like that.
You know what? They also Michael Rainey Jr., the one who played Tyreek on Power.
Okay.
Yeah. He won, and he went against Harold Purnell, the one from Pernew. Is that how I can't even say his last name.
Come on now.
I love him. I was hoping that he won for From because I love From.
I need From to get awards, bro.
They will, and you know what? But you can't. Power's been going on for so long. So we only have 3 seasons of From versus a Power universe. But this is his first NAACP award, and 50 Cent was so happy.
That's cool. I can't take that away. Although I would love to take it away and give it to Harold.
I love him. I used to have the biggest crush on him. He definitely, like I've told you before, it gave off a little bit of androgynous feel for me. But it was something that was just he was sexy to me.
He's never given that to me. He's just
a little bit.
He's just maybe it's because of the character he portrayed in Best Man.
I think that's probably why too. But then he also
started punching niggas in the last movie. He was like, "Oh, I like that."
Ew. You open your nipples, huh? No, when he played, when he was in Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio, I was like, it gives a little bit,
Gotcha.
but that just showed his
That's
range.
weird. Yeah, that's
It
kind of
showed range,
Shakespeare. You gotta get.
and it was different. That Romeo and Juliet was
I
different.
mean, they
So.
started calling guns swords, and I was in. So I was already in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? We've had so many deaths this week. It's ridiculous.
Oh, way to fucking slam the
I'm just
moon,
sorry,
brother.
but I just was thinking about all the people that
Yeah.
that passed away this week in the last like 2 months.
Yeah.
I saw that Tyga mentioned that his mom died last month.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, in January, and I was like, oh my gosh, she looks so
Damn.
young.
Damn.
Yeah, and then we just saw Biggie Smalls' mom die, Viola Wallace.
R.I.P. Miss Wallace.
Yeah, she died at 72.
Yeah.
I don't know what of it could have just been old age, but
I don't know.
that lady. When I talk about a mother's love, she said she would go to the police station every day or every week to ask about her son's case.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully she can meet him at the crossroads.
She said that
she
the
won't
only
be
thing
lonely.
that kept her here on this planet was her love for him, and then our love for him. Like the culture's love for him is what kept her going. And I mean, it was great to have her on this realm of existence for that long.
It's like, I wish she was my mama.
Man.
And she actually flipped his so the money that when he died, she actually made that I think she tripled it.
Yeah,
to where it's like so where it's like generational wealth for his two kids.
Mm-hmm. No, the Biggie shit is gonna live on forever because of her.
Yeah.
Because of all those moves. Yeah, his talent and his artistry was there, but Miss Wallace handled that business for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also saw Roberta Flack died.
Yeah.
At age 88.
Yeah, and that's crazy.
Yeah. She's a singer who did the Killing Me Softly.
Mm-hmm,
oh my goodness. I said, see, it was just like, okay, one person, okay. And then I see another, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then 2 days ago, we got, what's her name? Michelle Trachtenberg.
That one hurt.
I love Harriet the Spy.
That one hurt.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Gossip Girl.
As she got older, she got hotter to me.
She did. I was like, did you do any surgeries or whatever?
What happened? This sucks.
So people think it may be foul play. They found her apartment a couple days ago. But I mean, I know she recently, from what I heard, went through a liver transplant, so it could have been complications. But she was only 39.
Oh, so young.
Yeah.
Damn.
So we don't know.
That was a lot.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to wait another couple of days or week to see the autopsy. But I was like, no, I was like, hold on, Michelle, what? Hold on, let me go and check. It better not be Harriet the freaking Spy.
Yeah, that one. That
and
one was like,
I'm not gonna cry.
My childhood.
I'm not gonna cry.
Yeah, that one. A piece of it's gone again.
Because everybody know, growing up, my siblings know, I was always watching Harriet the Spy.
Yeah.
So that was where I knew her from.
Uh-huh.
So I was just like, wow, this sucks. This sucks.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, gonna miss that yellow trench coat.
Yellow trench coat. I mean, I hope I follow Rosie O'Donnell on Instagram, so I'm pretty sure she might write. So I've seen people write things, cast from Gossip Girl and stuff like that. Blake Lively put something. I actually put
an article in me and my boys' Discord. We were all like, "Yo, what?" Like
most of the guys, they know her from freaking Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah,
but I knew her.
She was.
Did she play like a lesbian on there?
I believe so, right? Oh, it's been so long, but I do remember. Low cut jeans.
that was all the white girls back in the early 2000s, Yeah. But I never watched Buffy the Vampire. I didn't see it because I liked the movie. So then so many people were obsessed with Angel and all the, and I was just like,
it was cool for boys to be into, but if you were into it as a boy, you were also into it because a girl you knew was into it. So
yeah. Okay, yeah, because I knew a girl who was really into it in 7th grade, and I was just like, I don't want to watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer because it was kind of a comedy when I watched the movie because they had Pee Wee Herman and shit. So I was like, and Keith Sutherland's daddy, Donald Sutherland,
the same thing.
It's not because it's better on the movie.
Oh no, actually, you're incorrect.
Whatever.
You've been wrong, Silver Bullet, before.
Let it go, for God's sake.
I will not.
Do y'all like Silver Bullet? Because I do. It's a great Halloween movie. And y'all not gonna take away from my twin.
If y'all been here long enough, y'all know what it is. If you know,
Silver Bullet. Ooh, shut up. God damn it! All right, on to bigger. No, I'm just like on to other things. But yeah, I was just like, damn, come on, girl.
Yeah, that one was rough. That was rough to hear.
That's probably the biggest one for me because I was like, okay, these people are older 72, and then I'm like, not my girl Harry the freaking Spy.
Yeah.
39.
Yeah. No more mysteries, man. It sucks. No more mysteries. It sucks. It sucks.
I saw this a couple weeks ago.
Uh,
Lil Wayne is dropping the Carter 5. Is that the Carter 5? What's the
I
V with
think
the
it's
one?
C. Six, six,
Is it
six.
6? I
It's
can't
six.
tell with the
Carter
Roman
six. It's yeah.
numerals.
5 is V, and then 5 or V with the I at the end.
What's the 4? Is it not the
V
V?
with the one in the front, the I in
What
the
the
front.
fuck?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So it's definitely 6. The
Well,
Carter
he
6.
said he's dropping it on June 6th.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
I
Of
guess.
this year.
Hmm.
Do you think it's gonna be good? Like we've been waiting for a new Carter.
Okay.
What? Come on now, you gonna really play out Lil Wayne?
No, I'm not saying he's
You
not
don't think he's
capable.
been in the studio?
I'm not saying he's
He's
not
gotten
capable.
sober.
I think he's going to do well enough, and I think he's going to have a lot of support, especially because of the backlash and his name being in the internet over the last few months, because of the Kendrick shit, because of the Drake shit, because of the Super Bowl shit. You know what I mean? His stances on things.
Hmm.
However, Wayne hasn't really been on anything for me, my personal opinion, anything hard as of late for the last like few
I want to
years.
say this. I've heard him on some features, and I thought he did great. Example would be Tyler the Creator's new album when he did "Sticky" with Meg and Glorilla, and with Tyler. His verse was good.
I thought Glow ate him up. I
She
thought
glowed,
Meg
or
ate
was
him
it?
up.
Was it Meg? Was it?
Or
It was
damn, I don't remember now.
what's her name? It's Sexy Red. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Sexy
yeah,
Red
yeah.
did her shit.
And I don't even like Sexy Red, but I think she ate him up.
No, I
So
think Wayne. I think he did such a good job.
I mean, he's not to say he's not. It's bad. I just think they did better. I expect more
Really?
of Lil Wayne, and like his demeanor and attitude as of late has soured the way he has sounded to me as of late. Also, his moves and things like that have been real just weird. So when I listen to it, I'm like, all right, dog. If you expecting to be Super Bowl nigga, you gotta put bars down. You gotta like rapidy rap. I want to hear you eat everybody else up. Pause on the record.
You know
Period.
what? And I think that's what he's gonna try to do is like
I
make this
hope.
his summer,
Hmm.
or at least a space where he is mentioned multiple times this summer, so that he can secure that Super Bowl bag.
Mm.
We want to see Lil Wayne, but we also need some new music.
I
And when
still,
you have to prove yourself,
I don't know.
everybody still has to prove themselves. You don't get to be at the top and then you think you get to stay there. You have to keep on proving yourself. You think Denzel Washington got Training Day and stopped? We would have been like, oh, Training Day, great. And then what else you got?
I don't think Lil Wayne can do a Super Bowl by himself. I think he's
I
gonna
wouldn't.
need people
Of
with him.
course, yeah. I don't think nowadays most people it just would be better appeal if you have multiple people.
Yeah,
So if you could get the T Pains, the Drakes, the Nickies, then yeah, let's get the Hot Boys also.
I would
It would
accept
be
that,
great.
a
Yeah,
Young Money type of situation, all
yeah.
that. Yeah,
I mean, only people like Beyonce can do it by themselves.
Kendrick,
Honestly,
and them. Yeah,
Kendrick did it with SZA, but it wasn't a
it
Kendrick.
was
So
a
yeah,
Kendrick one. Yeah,
I think because I want to see more SZA, but those are certain people who can do it by themselves. And if he can't, that's okay. We're not probably expecting him to do it by himself. As a rapper, sometimes it's hard for them to do a 13-minute set.
yeah.
So, and creativity, if you don't have great creators on your side, you're gonna be looking stale. So he might need some backup there.
Wayne really hasn't had the stage presence that like that type of performance like needs and requires
Hmm.
in years. So I just want him to if the Carter 6 comes out and it is like some serious shit, like some
Yeah.
bangers. He got his the lyrics down, like you know what I mean. He sound clear, he sound good.
Hmm.
Then I can go back and recant everything I'm saying now. But up until I hear the album, I don't know if it's gonna be. I'm not excited. I'm not excited. I don't think it's gonna be like that big joint that everybody at least wants it to be.
I think Kendrick has done, and I hate to put it just on Kendrick, but because he just said every time I get on, or I'm gonna up the ante. I think it's making niggas like
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to prove myself.
yeah, we're seeing that now with J. Cole and Freddie Gibbs. They're going at it.
Really?
Yes. Let me. J. Cole dropped Clouds a few days ago, and with that, there was a line about him getting on any rapper's records and turning them into martyrs, killing them on their own record. Yeah.
Okay.
And Freddie's like, you can't talk like this.
Yikes.
You can't talk like this if you went and apologized during the beef and yada yada, stuck your chin out, yada yada yada. Like you can't talk like this.
But I am though. That's the
Right.
same
So
I am
like
though.
there's been a big argument about that type of situation.
I,
So we're seeing it. We're
you
seeing
know, it
it.
sucks because in a different universe, if J. Cole just stuck to his guns, what a fucking summer.
Oh my
What a
God.
fucking summer.
You're talking about a
J.
revival.
Cole, come on
What?
now. If he
Craziness.
would have stuck to his guns, that made Kendrick would have worked harder. And you have to, if you can murk two niggas,
Yeah.
or at least you kill him, he'll kill you, and this one just dies off, you know? Like Kendrick killed J. Cole. J. Cole, let's give J. Cole Drake.
Mm,
And that could be a little bit more of a good
mm,
matchup to where it's like, well, nobody actually like lost,
yeah.
but they did they big
The
ones.
big three went at it. Yeah.
That would have been better, and we wouldn't feel like we're picking so many sides, and someone's career is a little bit more tanked than
Yeah.
another.
Yeah.
J. Cole, I'm gonna blame you for Drake a little bit because Drake had it for J. Cole too,
Yeah, he
and
had it.
J. Cole, you could have did your big one,
Yeah, he can.
but
Yeah, he can rap. The boy
you
can rap.
apologized and really put a little sour taste in Mexico for me because I was like,
See?
come on, let's do this because y'all can just all go. One song is about J. Cole, the next one will be about Drake.
Yeah.
Drake does his about Kendrick, and then the next time he do Jake, like this would
Yeah.
have been
It's
great.
it's a rock paper scissors game, and we would have had a great time.
And guess what? At the end of it, we can shake hands. Super Bowl, all three of us do it.
Bang.
Boom, one, two,
Big
three,
three
four.
Super Bowl. It'd have been crazy.
Come
Hip hop
on,
wins, culture wins. You know what I mean? We win. I mean, like we haven't, but I see what
the
you mean by
vision
that.
I'm
The
seeing.
vision.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
of course,
saying?
of course, of
We didn't
course.
have to go to two crazy low blows talking about people, kids and wives and stuff. So then I'm gonna have to, I'm a Cancer. So if you go low,
The floor.
I'm going to hell
Yeah,
and whatever be
yeah,
underneath that.
yeah,
So it's just like he's a Gemini, so he's definitely like that. They crazy.
yeah.
So I'm just like, dang, that this would have been great if all three,
Yeah,
you
man.
know,
There is a universe where it happened. You're right.
and we're still mind blown.
Yeah, but in this one, we're getting Freddie Gibbs talking to J. Cole on Instagram
Ah,
saying, you can't talk like that no more, big guy.
yes,
And
he
if you are
can.
going to talk like that, then come on with the bars for us and put a name on the bullet. Like, let's go, because Freddie has been putting J. Cole's name on bullet for like at least a year now.
Yeah, let's do it
So
because at this point, J. Cole has to show he ain't no punk and just do it.
fight,
I
fight,
understand though.
yeah,
Sometimes you're like, you know what? I'm not gonna go that far because that's really my brother. So
right,
let me not. So I get it.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe apologize on the back end or something, so
Hmm.
then you don't look like whatever. But like, damn, like you gonna have to prove yourself because people are calling your bluff, and you got Freddie over here now
Yeah,
calling your bluff. He's
yeah.
like saying stuff that everybody else
Come
just want to
outside,
say. Yeah,
come outside.
like
Yeah.
don't be talking with the window closed, and then,
Yeah.
you'd be like, can J Cole come out and play? He's like,
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, no, what? Open the door. You know what I'm saying? But speaking of like Kendrick, I saw, we all waiting for GTA 6.
Mm.
Reportedly, there is going to be a GNX radio station that plays nothing but Kendrick music.
That'd be cool.
That is cool. It just gives me some San Andreas vibes. All the GTAs was just like, you will play just the music.
Yeah, even like I have a vivid memory of playing "Today Was a Good Day" on San Andreas as I like went on the LA freeway.
And you flip your car, look at
But
that.
man, fucking God, the music's always been good, and I think it's a smart way of doing it because a few years back, Cyberpunk kind of did like a custom radio station on their game, and it
Yeah.
did really well enough to get like on streaming
That's the
platform,
best
and
part
it
about
got
GTA is having a
nominated for a
radio station.
Grammy and stuff like that. So like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, like that opened up another door for like game audio to kind of be even more considered music, not music
Mhm.
in a way. And I think moving in this direction and allowing Kendrick to have that is just another baller move. A, for him and his business, PG Lang and shit like that. But B, um, Rockstar is always the publishers of GTA. Rockstar has always been uh, a company that pushes and defines and kind of re-encapsulates the culture
Mhm.
in their video game whenever it comes to GTA. You can see the eras that it's if you like look at them and what they've been a part of. It grows alongside the world. I know it sounds like not like simple and like hyperbolic and shit, but like you can really tell that they're putting the culture even more so into their games
Yeah.
now. And I respect it. That's exciting. I like it. I know what I'll be
When
bumping
we
when I
supposed to
buy
get
it.
GTA?
This year probably.
Bro, when?
December is what it's looking like.
Oh my
Holiday
gosh.
season. No, but it's going to
It's gonna keep being pushed back.
It's GTA. They can. And
Okay.
nobody. That's the
It's getting
thing.
irritating.
We don't complain about GTA being pushed back.
Shit.
We hate it. No, we don't. Gamers don't. At least gamers don't. We don't, because we know we're gonna get absolute perfection.
Like good.
Like
Okay.
it's going. Rockstar is allowed to take as much time as they need. They've done all the GTA's and all the Red Dead Redemptions, and they've always been like the best games ever.
Oh, okay.
So take all their proof that, hey, give them the money, investors,
hmm
and leave them the fuck alone. That's how you make video games.
I guess yeah.
You
So
know?
you're not rushing, so you're getting all these bugs and all this.
Exactly. They
Yeah.
take all the time. So when it comes to Rockstar putting this out, man, they for the culture. I love it. I'm excited for it.
I'm pretty sure they still get the pressure. Come on, y'all. But
Yeah, it'll be this year. In December, more than likely. I think that's what they're looking at. But it's going to be crazy because it'll be a game that's not going to be a standard $60 to $70. This is a game that's going to be released at minimum $100.
damn,
Be ready for it.
people gonna pay it.
If that happens, gaming in the next generation, even more expensive, people. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Because games are going to
It's
change.
worth it though.
It's worth it.
People be paying all this money for Roblox bucks and V-Bucks and all that shit.
Yeah, I guess.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're right. That's fair.
You know what I was thinking about now that you mentioned, like, just like we talked about Kendrick. Okay, so his tour kind of ends in like what, June or whatever.
Yeah, I believe so.
So it's like June to June, May to May or whatever, right? That's a
Something
year.
like that.
And it just makes it's kind of strategic. I don't know if Lil Wayne thinks this deep. Probably not. It's just June 6th because Lil Carter's 6th. But like this will, if he, Kendrick is quiet for the rest of the year, this gives you that time to shine. And like I was gonna say, secure that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, unless Kendrick just keeps on. I don't know. You're gonna be a little overshadowed, but he has to come out. I was just thinking that
That's fair.
because then maybe Lil Wayne can get his radio station too if he doesn't already have one with GTA.
Yeah, no, that's probably not gonna happen either.
That's
I don't know.
fucked up.
I like that Lil Wayne, but I don't think they're gonna give it to him because I mean, it's not. He's not the thing right now. It's not the thing.
Aw.
Kendrick's the thing. He's changed the landscape. It's about bars. That doesn't mean he can't get in.
Yeah.
I mean, Lil Wayne spits, but right now it's about bars. We care about that shit now. We care about what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it follows suit whenever the country is in a state of flux and shit's weird and people are scared. That's when the real rap comes through. That's when people start listening to real music and they because we draw ourselves to the art that like represents us, that we reflect to.
Yeah.
But when it's all happy-go-lucky and money's in the air, you get the bubble rap and the God's plans and the
That
all
shit's
that
hard.
bullshit. And yeah, it works. That's cool. But ebbs and flows. That's all I'm saying. It's ebbs and flows.
Speaking of good rap, so this whole Diddy thing. No, I'm just playing.
Nice.
Okay, question. I haven't looked into it that deep, but I saw that Diddy's lawyer, like quit. Do you think it's because when you start looking out all that documents that you're like, listen, I ain't trying to go to hell?
Now, okay, I'll tell you. I think I'll say this. I'm gonna take your question as if you're asking me personally.
Yeah.
I think he saw some shit he did not want to see.
To be attached to.
And he could not be attached to. And it was something like, morally, I can't deal with this.
This is my thing. I've always wanted to be a lawyer, and I was like, you know what? I could be a defense lawyer because everyone should have representation. But and lawyers can have strong skin. But I think sometimes you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get to heaven.
Yeah.
And what you doing? What you're doing is beyond me, and I got kids and stuff. I can't even do it, and I represent some people. So I think that too.
Yeah.
Part of me's feeling like it's on some crazy. He looked at that document, those documents, and was like,
sheesh. And I think that the amount of turmoil that's come from remember we talked about, I think it was last week or maybe even a couple of weeks ago, when Jay-Z's court case got dismissed. That like it ties in with that as well, because Busby is a part of Diddy's stuff, and shit seems to be, as far as a lot of the civil suits seem to be crumbling on their own end for him too, because Busby has just not followed the right protocols apparently when filing things. So I don't know,
because they're used to doing weird shit and having people in their
just
pocket.
pay out. Yeah, you're right.
Do you think it's also one of those things where they could be getting threatened? Like, if you don't do what the hell you're supposed to do, I got people because Biggie and Tupac.
I think that's always a thing. I think Diddy kind of even portrays that. There's that video where he's like, "I get what I want. I get you. You know, he seems like the type of guy that's like, I'm fucking paying you, do your job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
That mean you
the
ain't learned your
stress of
lessons.
that, I mean, that could weigh on somebody,
Yeah,
get
I
them
was
out of there.
thinking the same thing. I said, listen, I know everybody is, they deserve to be represented, but sometimes it's one of those things where it's like, not for me,
Mm,
not from me.
mm,
Like,
yeah,
I just went to church, and if I represent you, I'm gonna go down too,
yeah,
because further down the line, this looks crazy.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think all that stuff is just a weird, like, it's just so nasty. It's
yeah.
just so nasty, man. I hate it.
Well, you have any last words of wisdom before we head out? We talked about a lot of stuff this week.
I mean, no, I think. Oh, actually, I did have a little thing. There was a little podcast game that has gone around
Hmm.
these last few days, and I want to just get your insight. Have you seen any of the pod trade stuff?
Mm-mm.
All right, I'll say this: you're building the Joe Budden podcast because it is it is the biggest
Yeah,
urban podcast, I guess you could say, or
yeah.
music podcast or whatever. So, you're rebuilding the Joe Budden podcast, but you have a roster of every podcast that you've listened to, all those
Oh,
hosts,
that's cool.
and you get to trade. You got to trade the
Switching.
people. The people. Yeah. Now you got cash considerations, right? You
Hmm.
got first round draft picks and stuff. So it was like an actual draft, like the
Oh,
NBA and
okay.
stuff.
Kind of
And
like
they've been
fantasy
playing that.
football and shit.
Yeah. If you could put anybody else, and trade somebody off of the JBP, what would you do? Who's coming on? Who's going off? Who
I
you putting
can't
on?
talk about that right now. I have to think about
Yeah,
that.
that's. No, I'm just saying
Yeah,
that's the game. I'm
that's
not
cool
trying to get you.
though.
And I think that's something we could maybe try to play sometime.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun.
You listen to a lot of podcasts since like 1972. So I mean,
Yeah, BlackBerry days.
yeah. Ooh, my BlackBerry. I used to think I was executive.
Me too. I
Okay, with
loved
my
it.
little BlackBerry,
I wish they would come back, man. I would totally get a new one
I
if
would
they
get a
did. I would
BlackBerry
get a
too.
BlackBerry.
It was a
Hell
lot though
yeah.
to have to, but it make you feel like you was executive producer of America's Next Top Model with the BlackBerry. It's people who had the BlackBerry,
Yeah, man, I
Yeah.
love my BlackBerry. But yeah, that was it. That's all I had. Maybe we could play that sometime. I thought it was a real cool concept, funny as fuck concept, and
Hmm.
it's one of the things that they did on the JBP. And I got to listen to the episode. And I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Joe ended up saying he would trade Mel, Flip, and he would trade Amani
That makes sense.
first first round pick and cash considerations for Prime Rory, the white kid from the so like Prime. He was like, yeah, that Prime nigga, I'll trade all that y'all niggas for him,
Y'all
and
so goddamn
that's what
stupid.
started it all. It was fantastic. So
That is
yeah, but
funny.
that's all I got, y'all. That's all I got.
Okay, you guys. Well, remember we do drop our new episodes every Friday on all streaming platforms, and we're on YouTube at Ideally Though Pod. So please subscribe, hit the bell button,
Share them shits,
and we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
yeah.